Tiniest little gap there. There you go. Look at that, literally just the eye through the grass. That whole surreptitious and secretive nature, almost mystical and mythical, comes to the foreground when you look at a leopard like this. In its perfect habitat. Looks like she's cleaning herself a little bit. Obviously from the feeding, just making sure the coat stays nice and neat, nice and clean. Look at that. Right there, I mean I still can't see her. I know where she is, we just saw her there. Yeah. You're literally busy looking at her now and you just can't see her through the grass. Let's go a little bit in here more. She's so pretty. Oh, magic. Absolutely magic. Today is the day I want to get some proper facial shots as well. Actually funny, over the last while, the occasions we've had to see them, hasn't been many opportunities for photographs. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. It's Tingana, right? You sure? Hey? Ricky, yeah? Sashaka maybe, from the behavior. We're trying over the next while, try and get some proper facial photographs of these youngsters. I'm a little bit rusty actually in terms of getting the sort of whisker spots and things down, but like I said, we've had lots of good sightings. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Rexon. Tingana by now would have been nervous. I think after that certainly must be Sashaka. Nice relaxed Charles joining us here. It's thick, tricky bush here. He's managed to find another gap on that side. Luckily it means we can stay here and have another look at her. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Don't think you can ever see enough leopard. Now as a comparison, we often as much. I feel really stoked every time I see a leopard. I get very excited and you get this whole feeling of goodness, literally. It's a sensation that's that good. I don't think you can ever spend enough time with these cats. And it's such a privileged place, such a privileged space to be a Djuma and Sabi Sands in general, which is arguably the best, or if not the best, one of the best in the world for viewing leopard. And I'm sure as many of you have realized, especially those of you that have been joining us for a long time, those of you that may be joining us today for the first time, you will fall in love with these creatures if you haven't already. They are gracious, they are beautiful, they are magical, even enigmatic. Many places, even where people like guide and game rangers live and work for years, they don't see leopard often. Over here we're spoilt enough to see leopard on quite a regular basis. The leopard, that's normally what it does. But it also means you get to see them walking around and feeding and hunting and playing, and you really get to spend time with them, you really get to know them as individuals. It's always good to remember that there's different people from all over the world with us on drive, all different ages, all different demographics, and also all different levels of experience. I was talking the other day with a friend of mine saying that many of you probably know, I was going to say as much or maybe more than some guides. And I don't mean that as a feather for Rexon and myself, but between the two of us and Marco and Nick, when he was here, have come and drive often with us, have shared so much time out in the bush. If you had to go and work out your collective time spent on a game drive, I think you'd be quite surprised yourself. But then also, of course, some of you might only have joined us today for the first time. It's only recently that we can now effectively accommodate very large numbers of people. Up to not so long ago we could only have about 1,000 people here with us, and now of course that number is potentially much greater. Those of you that have only joined us over time, magical world of wildlife, You'll get to know some of the characters. I mentioned the name Sashaka. Rexon and myself talking just now. Sashaka and Tingana. They're the two daughters of a female called Karula. Now Karula is a fantastic character. We've had magical times with her most recently when she was back in Eastris and she was around the camp. Now Karula, which means peace, is the mother of Sashaka and Tingana. Sashaka means beautiful. Sasekile. That's why Rexon said earlier, and I can fully agree with that from the behavior we've seen now. Almost certainly Sashaka with the other vehicle joining us. There was no nerves. She didn't move off. So that's the three characters around here. Also Safari female, the mother of Karula, grandmother of this one we're looking at now. We saw her a while back. There's a picture of her also on one of the blogs. Fantastic leopard. I remember her from the early 2000s when I was here. So there's these great stories of different individuals and how they put them into a beautiful, wild, untamed setting. And of course it's something that I hope you will want to see more of. Can you see the nyama there? Okay, Rexon's just trying to show you can just make out the shape there through the grass. That's what this leopard has hunted and killed. It's a little duiker. Is that Rex? I can't actually see it. Yeah, blotched there amongst the grass. There's the food. Now again, to add into that story, like I was saying, the last time that Karula was around, she was around camp for quite a few days and she was marking a lot. She was in the area a lot, basically looking for a male. It shows us or told us that she was in estrus again, in other words on heat or ready to reproduce. But that also meant there were going to be some repercussions or natural repercussions sort of. I'll sit here a little bit in the car for him and wait. Really enjoying all these birds around him. It's like he's got this permanent sort of outriders around him almost. Age of, always difficult to say exactly, but I would say maybe early 30s, maybe even older. If you look at his skull and the indentations at the top of the head, sort of above the eye banks, maybe even say 35, 36. He's a big ellie, not the biggest elephant I've seen at that age. He put him probably at about 5 tons, 5.5 tons maybe. I would even go as far as to say that I think Wonkie is possibly taller than bigger. It's been growing lately. Look at how he's using that tusk, even though it's a little short one, using it to break the branch off there. Well guys, hope you enjoy the giraffe at the waterhole. This is one of the trees I've wanted to climb for a long time. Fortunately our batteries are running low again just because the afternoon started off so well that we were hardly moving. We were sitting the whole time. The way the system runs essentially is while the car is moving we do get some energy back. There he comes, stunning. Look at that view. Now this is by far probably our most known elephant. Again, this afternoon I've just been mentioning a few times for those of you that are new with us on Drive. This is a bull called Wonkie. Rexon trying to show you the back leg there as well. He's got a funny back left foot, as well as a funny sort of corkscrew like. He's behaving differently than usual. He knows us well. He's seen us many times the last while, but normally we don't keep the engine running. And that's just making him wonder why we're behaving like this. We're behaving differently. We're behaving a little bit more in his face, and that's why normally we don't do it. But I think he'll understand. He's an elephant that's known us for a while.